That's weird. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we're back with another Torture Poets Department video, a Torture Poets Department video unboxing. I did not think this was going to be happening again. I think even in my videos I'd said I don't know if we'll be getting this on vinyl, but we did. So this is an unboxing video of the Anthology on vinyl. So I live in the UK. In the US, this was available on Friday, the 29th of November, which is obviously Black Friday. So there were limited quantities in store. Some stores had around 80 copies, so it's not that limited. But obviously, if there's only 80 copies and a lot of people want it, it can be limited. So for some places, it did sell out. Now, after that, the day after, it was then available on Target's online website for people in the US. However, as you can hear from the accent, maybe, I live in the UK. So it was available for me in the UK and internationally at 1 p.m. on November the 29th. So it's available 1 p.m. November 29th on Taylor Swift's online store. And once it had those online stored orders, it was then announced that at HMV and independent record stores, it would be coming there. So it'll be coming onto there, and that would be released in person on the 6th of December, so a week later. Now, obviously, it is a shame that we got it a week later. I do wish that we could have got it in person the same day as the US, because, like, people have already got it, and obviously I love to do unboxings the day it comes out, because I know people like to see them. But we've got it now, and that's what matters. So it did come on the Sunday, yeah. And I'm just unboxing it. So, ordered this from Taylor Swift's online store. Now, this is just the vinyl. We ordered the vinyl and the CD separately. I will do a full unboxing video of the CD as well, but we did order it separately. Now, it didn't sell out on the UK store. It's not that limited. So I really want to stress with this vinyl, it is not limited. Do not pay over resale for this. In the UK, it is going to be available at independent record stores and HMV. HMV pre-orders are open now as well. But yeah, there we go, so this is the Anthology. So yes, it will be available in person and stuff. Please do not pay above resale for this. It is not worth it. It is probably going to be a similar quantities, like the vinyl quantities, to the bad boys behind us. We've got different versions of the Torture Poets Department behind me. If you know, you'll know that these are available in like all shops, all shops that sell records. They are still available. They were described as limited because obviously everything is limited to a point. Like, it could sell out, but they then couldn't repress it. So it's not like completely limited. So basically, long story short, don't overpay for this. People always try to buy things, say that they're limited. They're not. You can get this easily. So here it is. This is what it looks like. So this is the Torture Poets Department Anthology. Now, if you've watched my Torture Poets Department unboxing videos of the vinyl, if not, I'll put it in the description below, you'll know that that is 2 LP. However, the Anthology has 15, I think, extra tracks. So it's got 15 extra tracks, but it's also then got the acoustic versions on as well. So you may remember that Taylor released different CDs with different tracks on. So she had the Black Dog, the Manuscript, the Albatross, and the Bolter. So there were the collector's editions of those and also the vinyl edition. And then she also released some extra CDs which featured the extra songs as well, these acoustic versions, like But Daddy I Love Him acoustic, Fortnite acoustic, and these are all on this. So this has everything on. This is the whole of the Anthology. Now with Midnights, we didn't get a full version. We still have no full version on a physical format, both CD or vinyl, that exists. The most we have is this one here, which is Midnight's Late Night, which has some of the 3 AM tracks, which is the Midnight's equivalent of the Anthology, but we don't have it with all. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Now, you will notice, if you have streamed the Anthology on streaming, that this is a different cover. Now, we don't know the full reasons behind this, but we can imagine it's that the Black Dog cover, which is that behind me, is the cover that you'll see for the Anthology on streaming services. However, if the vinyl had the exact same cover as the Black Dog, which was released in April, people wouldn't buy it. So they put a whole separate cover for it, which is something I love. I love collecting Taylor Swift vinyl variants, but I also love when they have different covers. So for me, Speak Now Taylor's version, which had the same cover, I wasn't as big a fan of, because although the vinyl were different, the covers were all the same. But this is what it looks like. So we've got the hype sticker there, then we've got this picture of Taylor. It's this gorgeous picture of Taylor with her back towards the camera, with her face slightly turned towards the camera. So her back's facing the camera, her face is slightly turned towards the camera, and her hair is just tied in a ribbon towards the end. It says, Torture Poets Department, file name, The Anthology, includes all 31 tracks and 4 acoustic version tracks. And then on the cover it says Torture Poets Department, The Anthology. On the back cover we've got this picture of Taylor with her hand on her neck. She's wearing 2 rings, and the lyric on the back says, all's fair in love and poetry. File name is The Anthology. And it says from the desk of Taylor Swift there. Also, this was made in Germany, and I do believe that this may be that there's different variants, because I know people who got this in the US, theirs said made in Mexico. So this is the one available in the UK. It was made in Germany. I know a lot of people like to know where they were made, and also the made in Germany is a sticker attached to it. I know sometimes the made location can be on the actual, like, cellophane. This is a sticker attached to it. So I'll save me reading out the track list to when I'm actually onto that record, because there are 4 LP inside. This is one of Taylor's biggest records. It is similar to Red Taylor's version, which also has 4 LP. So let's open her up. Now, my favourite way to open vinyl is with my handy nail scissors. If you watch any of my vinyl unboxing videos, you will know that I love these for unboxing vinyl, because you can just get them in that little gap. Which is fantastic because it avoids you damaging the vinyl. Now, I always keep the hype sticker. People ask what I do with the hype sticker. So I have sleeves behind me. You'll see on the vinyl behind me, they look sealed. They're not. They have polythene sleeves on the outside. I used to have PVC sleeves, but people said they aren't great for your vinyl. Even if it's just the outside, it's not touching the actual record, they're not great for it. So I got polythene sleeves because apparently they're the best ones. But I'm always learning, you know? So we will put that on, and that's what I put the hype sticker on. For anyone who wonders why, because people always wonder, and that's the answer. It's not very exciting. Also, the lighting is not great today. I could only apologise. I like to do these in natural lighting, but it is the UK. It is approaching winter. It is dark. Always. Oh, my sticker! My sticker! Whoopsies. Okay, well, try open it. Is she gonna... I was yapping too much. I completely forgot about the sticker. I was like, yeah, this is what I do with the sticker. Oops. She's okay, though. She'll be okay. She's okay. There's the sticker there. So yes, there are 4 LP inside of this, so it is a big boy. This is what it looks like on the front. She is absolutely gorgeous. And then we'll open her up. Now, the Torture Poets Department, the vinyl for that actually have a book inside, but I can feel from this there is no book inside. I also don't think it would have the space to have a book inside. So they had like a lyric booklet inside of the vinyl, like attached into it. This one, there's just not the space for that because there are 4 LPs, so it's already quite thick. So what are we having here? We've got Torture Poets Department Anthology. We've got a picture of Taylor, a close-up of Taylor, and then it just says the executive producers. File name is The Anthology. On the next bit, we've got another picture of Taylor, like back, like facing the camera and kind of turned towards it, and we have the prologue. So it's the exact same prologue that is in the normal version of the Torture Poets Department. Do we read it? We read it. Okay. At this hearing, I stand before my fellow members of the Torture Poets Department with a summary of my findings, a debrief, a detailed rewinding for the purpose of warning, for the sake of reminding. As you might all unfortunately recall, I've been struck with a case of restricted humanity, which explains my plea here today of temporary insanity. You see, the pendulum swings, oh, the chaos it brings, leads the cage beast to do the most curious things. Lovers spend years denying what's ill-fated, resentment rotting away galaxies we created, stars placed and glued meticulously by hand next to the ceiling fan. Try wishing on comets, try dimming the shine, try to orbit his planet, some stars never align. And in one conversation, I tore down the whole sky. Spring sprung forth with dazzling freedom hues, then a crash from the skylight bursting through. Something old, someone hallowed, who told me he could be brand new. And so I was out of the oven and into the microwave, out of the slammer and into a tidal wave. How gallant to save the Empress from her gilded tower, swinging a sword he could barely lift. But loneliness struck at that fateful hour, low-hanging fruit on his wine-stained lips. He never even scratched the surface of me. None of them did. A smirk creeps on... Oh no, I missed a bit. Whoops. In summation, it was not a love affair. I screamed while bringing my fist to my coffee ring desk. It was a mutual manic phase. It was self-harm. It was house, and then cardiac arrest. A smirk creeps onto this poet's face, because it's the worst men that I write best. And so I enter into evidence my tarnished coat of arms, my muses acquired like bruises, my talismans and charms, the tick, tick, tick of love bombs. My veins are pitch black ink. All's fair in love and poetry. Sincerely, the chairman of the Torture Poets Department. There we go. So, same album prologue. It is not a different one. And here we have bits inside. So what have we got here? We have a picture of Taylor. So we've got a little poster here. A little bit disappointing. This is brand new, may I say. And there is damage to this poster, which I think is quite poor. And I didn't like cut or anything with the scissors. You can see that it's not a cut. It's like, I don't know what's happened there. So that's a little bit disappointing because like this record was expensive. This was a £59.99 record. This is an expensive record because you think Red Taylor's version was about £50. This is £10 more than that on Taylor's store. HMV is £64.99, so it's more expensive as well. But yeah, that's not great. When you're paying this much for a record, I want everything in it to be pretty much pristine. So that's a little bit disappointing. So we've got this picture there of Taylor, a gorgeous picture, another black and white one. So all of these are kind of black and white. If I do want to say black and white, more sepia? I don't know how you pronounce that, but that one, it gives more that. But yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed about that. But it is good that they do have a poster inside of this. I do really like when they have like posters and stuff, especially when they're separate. Because when they're separate, you can hang them up. Whereas if they're attached to things, you can't hang them up. So I don't like them. Okay, so which one is first? It's this one. So on one side, we've got a picture of Taylor. It's all just kind of the pictures from the Torture Poets Department photo shoot. So another one of Taylor kind of facing the camera. This is more of a close-up. So on this one, we have a lot of tracks on this. Side A, Fortnite featuring Post Malone. The Torture Poets Department, My Boy Only Breaks His Favourite Toys and Down Bad. That's on side A. And side B, So Long London, But Daddy I Love Him, Fresh Out the Slammer, and Florida featuring Florence and the Machine. So we'll open her up. So, that's weird. There is a piece of paper pressed into my vinyl. I have a feeling my vinyl will not play. Okay, I feel like this is one we need to go to the store about. So we can only apologise, this is not the perfect unboxing I would like for you all. But unfortunately, it is on the grooves, so it will not play. It will probably, I think, most likely Fortnite, if not the Torture Poets Department, will just not play. Not ideal. It is very much pressed, so you can see from the colour of it, it is the sticker there. But yeah, not an ideal situation. However, the record itself is gorgeous. This is the record. It is a marble one. It is very much kind of a smoky grey. This is kind of what I would have liked for the Torture Poets Department vinyl, because none of them were really marbled. And I think those vinyl, I think the Torture Poets Department, this sums it up more. I'll show it also with with the camera as well, like showing it behind the light so you can see more. But it is very much this smoky kind of vinyl. Like this is what I think the Ghosted Phantom Clear should have been. Obviously it's not completely clear then, but like I think this sums it up more than just having a completely clear record. So in the middle, it's quite a basic one. It's the same as all the others. So it is just that cream background, Torture Poets Department logo with the Anthology underneath, and it says by Taylor Swift. Even that's not printed great though, I must admit. Like it's not the best quality in the world, and it looks... I feel like this is just a vinyl that does just have an error. Sometimes that does happen with vinyl because it is more difficult to do vinyl because you're pressing them compared to CDs. But yeah, a little bit annoying, but it is still very beautiful, and you can still see the vast majority of like what it's supposed to look like. You can kind of see the marbling there too. But yeah, I am a little bit annoyed. You can see there that it is pressed in. It is pressed in, which is quite funny to be fair. Now, when my 1989 came, my Tangerine record was damaged. So the Tangerine record was damaged, but because of that, I contacted the store and they sent me a whole new one for free. Now that record was significantly cheaper, so I don't think they'll do this. I think I will have to return this for a refund, and then they can send me another. Or, not a refund, an exchange, but I think I'll have to send this one back, which makes sense because it is a more expensive record. But I can still show it you all now. It is annoying, it's just one of those things though, so that's kind of the risk with vinyl. Next up, we've got another gorgeous picture of Taylor. This is a really nice one actually. So you've got this one of her holding like wilted flowers, and then behind her, it's kind of like transparent-ish. She's then holding like a close-up of the flowers. So like, I don't really know how to describe this very well, but it looks really cool. I don't remember that in the original photo shoot, so that does look really good. I really like that, and it's a gorgeous picture of Taylor. For this, we've got side C, Guilty as Sin, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can, LOML, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, and then, sorry, this is side D. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, The Alchemy, Clara Bow, and The Black Dogs. Now we're starting to get some of these extra tracks as well. So here is the next one. This one is not as nice. I've just not got a great pressing of this. So again, it's kind of that marble, kind of smoky. However, with this one, it's just got a few kind of black bits. Like the marbling is just a teeny tiny bit of black on like one side at the bottom, rather than like the whole thing being marbled. But again, that's the risk you get when you get vinyl. Sometimes you don't get great pressings, sometimes you get really good pressings. This one isn't a fantastic one, I will admit, but I think I really like that first one. Now with this one, there's no errors, so that's always a bonus. We don't have any paper, so it will play, which is good. And the inside of this, rather than being a cream, it's a darker one inside there for side C and side D. Yes, so not as big a fan of that one. I just think I've just not got the best pressing of that one. Some people will have far nicer pressings, but yeah, that's that. So that's on one side of it, so we'll pop you back in there. I am a little bit disappointed that we do have faults, but I guess it's kind of good because I feel like I couldn't really complain about the photo being that faulty, whereas I think I can complain about the fact that the record will not play like perfectly. And when you're paying again £60, that's a lot. So we'll pop you back in there, pop you back in there, and then we've got the other side as well. So we've got a lot inside of here. It's a big boy. So we'll open her up on this side. So I think we only got one picture. There's no like, there's only one like poster. I thought it would have had two posters. I think it would have been nice if they had a poster on either side, but you know, we're asking for a lot here. We're asking for a lot. Okay, so which is next? This one. So here we go. We've got another gorgeous close-up, a black and white picture of Taylor there. Absolutely stunning. On side E, we've got I'm Gonna Get You Back, The Albatross, Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus, How Did It End, and So High School. And then on side F, we've got I Hate It Here, Thank You Amy, I Look in People's Windows, The Prophecy, and Cassandra. So let's open her up. She is a darker one, I can already see. She is much nicer. So even though like the marbling isn't that great, you can, oh, that's better. The marbling isn't fantastic, it's only really at the bottom-ish, like it's heavier at the bottom than it is on the top. This is a much nicer pressing just because the vinyl itself is darker. Now it is more of a transparent one, it's not like opaque. The ones we have, the other Touch Post bottom, they're all opaque, whereas this is more transparent, but she is really, really nice. This is definitely a nicer one. I really, really like her, she's really gorgeous. So yeah, and then the middle one for this, again, it's gone darker, so this is more of like a black colour in the middle, in the centre bit. But yeah, she is very, very pretty. She is pretty, I like this one, this is a good one. So that is that. And last but not least, we have the final one, and this is what it looks like. So we've got this gorgeous picture of Taylor there. On side G, we've got Peter, the Bolter, Robin, and the manuscript. And then H, this is where we have these acoustic versions. So we've got Fortnite acoustic version featuring Post Malone, Down Bad acoustic version, But Daddy I Love Him acoustic version, and Guilty as Sin acoustic version. Now, my only issue with these acoustic versions is that they are the same vocals. So sometimes when Taylor does an acoustic versions for like State of Grace acoustic, they are different vocals, but for this it's the exact same vocal, it's just the production behind it is slightly different to make it an acoustic version. I'm not as big a fan of that. You've also then got the paw prints at the bottom, like the Black Dog paw prints, and you've got a Polaroid of Taylor there from 2023, and then one of her in the studio with Sharpie on it that says TTPD. So this is the final record. I could have sworn there was like an orangey one. I could have sworn. I'm gonna have to look because or maybe this is meant to be. Have we just got another situation where we have the what do we call it? Mahogany Midnights? Because like I looked at this and it looks almost the same as the first one, but not as nice. Like it's got an ever so slightly yellowy tint to it, but like it's mostly clear. In fact, there's not much marbling on this at all. I'm gonna go have a look now at what this vinyl is meant to look like, because I don't think this is what it looks like. I feel like I've been done dirty here. I feel like I've been done real, like, it looks more yellow on the camera. In person, it very much just looks kind of clear with a yellow tint to it. Yeah, so not ideal. And then in the middle, we've got more of like a creamy kind of, that's not cream, it's like a beige. But yeah, slightly marbled, but not that marbled. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll also show you, like, with the light behind it as well, so you can see what these all look like, but it's not my favourite of the Taylor vinyl out there, but I feel like I may have just got one that just has an issue, so I'm going to have a look. I don't think that's what it's supposed to look like. Like, I'm quite a positive, actually, maybe not, maybe I've lied, maybe I've lied to you all, and it actually is supposed to look like that. Oh yeah, I just could have sworn there was like an orangey one, I don't know why, but now I'm looking on this, there is not an orangey one, it's just, I'm just stupid. But let's have a look what they actually look, I'm kind of curious to see what they look like on like pictures. Okay. Here we go, so that's the, yeah. One thing about me is I don't know my colours, I promise I'm not colourblind. Like, come on, focus. I promise I'm not colourblind. I really want to stress I'm not colourblind. But yeah, fair enough. I'll give him that. It's, that is the colour of it. I don't know what was going on in my head where I was like, this would be orange. So yeah. If I'm going to be completely honest, I feel like my view of this is tainted, obviously, because that first one was damaged. I think that's kind of why I have a bit of a negative opinion on it right now. I really loved the first one. I think the first one was really, really nice, but I just think because it was damaged, it kind of, not ruined my experience opening the record, but kind of made me think, this isn't the best one. But it is nice. It's good that we've got all the tracks. I love that we've got a vinyl with all the tracks. I do understand the price of it. I think the price is a lot, but you got 4 LP inside. You've got to think Red Taylor's version, which is a completely black pressing. When I first bought that from H&V, that was £50. This is £15 more, and to be completely honest, I would pay that. If you watch my Speak Now Taylor's version unboxing, I kind of said there are 3 LP inside of this, but they are all the same. So they're all this like violet marble version or whatever for whichever version you bought. And I said it would be nice if they could do different colours for each like LP. They have done different colours for each LP. Obviously it is more expensive to do that. Whether I'm a huge fan of this one, I don't know. It's not my favourite. I also do quite like bright colours as well, so that obviously plays into it. Like Midnights are some of my favourite ones because of the bright colours of it. So that's kind of like where my opinion of this comes from. I think the first of all of them is the best, the first and the third. The second and the fourth, like, I don't think they were as good, but I think for the second, I think that was just the pressing I got, whereas the fourth one, I just don't think that's a good pressing. I just don't like that it's basically clear, but with a yellow tint to it. It just looks a bit, I don't know what to describe it as, but not something positive. But that's just, again, my own opinion. Some of you will see this and absolutely love it. I think it's just the different aesthetics of different people and what they prefer. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's if the record sounds good, and obviously the record does sound good. Obviously not the first one, because, you know, damaged. But yeah, I do still really like it, and I'm glad I've got it. I love the cover. I think I'm just a bit disappointed. I think that's my only thing, that I'm just disappointed that it just wasn't a pristine copy. And now I have to talk to the store. They probably are just like, oh my god, it's her again. I only complain when there's actual faults, and there's not faults that often. Obviously, I did have an issue with 1989 Taylor's version, but for most of my vinyl, I've not had an issue with them. This one is just like kind of an exception. It's just one of those situations. But yeah, it is still nice. That first LP, I think, really, really represents the Tortured Poets department. I like that the most out of all of the different colours that we have of all the records for the Tortured Poets department. I think that one is the best one, because you kind of like, it's kind of like a smoky room, and that's what I think of when I think of like the Tortured Poets department. So I really do like that. I think if I had a better marble pressing of the second one, I'd also love that. I just think because the pressing I had, it just wasn't fantastic. But again, that's the issue you get with marble pressings. It is still a really, really gorgeous vinyl. It's definitely a good gift for a Swiftie for Christmas, because obviously it's quite an expensive vinyl, but also it's a good one. It's got all of those Tortured Poets department tracks. So if you didn't get any of the previous versions because you were waiting for the anthology, it's finally out. If I had to recommend one, it's kind of difficult, like if I had to recommend just one Tortured Poets department vinyl, because they're all different in different ways. They've all got different songs. Obviously the anthology is the best in terms of the number of tracks, but if you're thinking about the best vinyl to get, I wouldn't say it's the anthology. You're missing that bit in the middle with the like book, which I think is really great to have like a proper lyric book with it. They could have done what they did with Midnights and had a separate lyric book, but I do kind of understand, obviously there are 4 LP inside, it's already quite a big record, and it's already quite expensive. That would make it more expensive. I think for me, I think my favourites are the Black Dog and the Bolter. They're probably my favourite pressings. I do really love just the normal pressing as well though, just like the normal Tortured Poets department cover. Like that's the cover you recognise when you think of the Tortured Poets department, so I do really like that. So if I had to recommend one, it just depends what you're really after. If you're after all of the songs, obviously get the anthology. If there is a particular bonus track you like, you're not that fussed about the anthology, then check out some of the other ones. They are pretty much half the price of it, so you are saving a bit of money there. But yeah, that's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, people have completely different opinions. I think I'll look back on this and just be like, oh no, it's actually a really nice record. And I think it is a nice record. I just think the fact that the poster was damaged and the first record was damaged, I think just always just take your view a little bit. But it is still a really, really gorgeous record, and I love the cover of it. And most of all, I love the fact that we finally got the Anthology actually on vinyl. I love that we have one CD with it, one vinyl with it, because there are people who don't want to collect every variant to get every song, and that's completely okay. I think there should always be a variant that has all of the tracks on. Like for Midnights, I always said there should be a variant that has a full clock on the back for people who don't want to buy 4 individual vinyl, because vinyl are expensive. It's an expensive hobby. It's something I enjoy doing, don't get me wrong, but it's expensive. But yeah, let me know in what you think about it in the comments. I'd be really, really curious to see what you guys think. Do you think it's worth it? £60 is a lot, and obviously for some places even more, but let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. That would mean the absolute world to me. Stay tuned, because I have also ordered this CD, so that will be coming at some point as well, so I will do a video on that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll be doing kind of a Vlogmas this year, so make sure to check out my other videos in December. And yeah, I've got one last thing to say, and that is have a great day.